Will, what's more annoying, being injured or Ben Foster putting his GoPro in your face right now?
Ben Foster putting his GoPro in my face. It was alright to start off with, but it's grinding on me. It's really grinding on me.
How frustrating has the injury period been for you?
It has been frustrating not playing, but it was something that I knew had to happen at the middle of last season. It was just when I was going to have the surgery, so I had it in my head that I was going to be out for a sustained period of time. So mentally it wasn't as bad as previous injuries.
You got some minutes against Barnsley and some minutes against Stoke. Are you now ready to get stuck in?
Yeah, I think with the surgery I had, you can't really relate it to any previous injury, so you have to be careful. It's a long season, so I'm not expecting to just be back straight into the team. We've got a really, really strong squad for the Championship, so I think anyone can do the job, and when we're winning games, I'm happy to take part.
But great to be back out there?
Yeah, definitely, to get some minutes under my belt. But to start games, it's going to be difficult because it's such a high intensity, so I'm happy to play my part when I needed.
You cut your teeth in this division as a teenager. What's the key?
I think to be consistent. You know, we've got one of the strongest squads, I think people know that, but you don't win games based on teams on paper. So we know we have to be on it majority of the games, and we're going to lose games. It's as simple as that. It's going to be a long season, but it's how you bounce back and how consistent you are that's going to see us get promoted.
Do you really enjoy the rhythm of games in this league?
Yeah, definitely. I love, everyone wants to play football, so the more games you have, the better. I think we've got the squad to do it. It's going to be Saturday, Tuesday for long periods of the season. I think we have the squad capable of doing that. And when you're winning games, there's nothing better.
Bit more rough and tumble, you can get your foot in a bit more in this division as well?
Definitely. Not as many yellow cards, which is nice, and no VAR, which I prefer.
You're a real fans' favourite, and they were desperate for you to stay. Was it always a no-brainer you were going to stay, Will?
I think so. I think we went down, and there was a reason behind that. And it's easy for players to shy away and say they want to move, but at the end of the day, there's a reason why I went down, and we're all part of that, and it's our job to get us back up.
Can you put the finger on why you went down?
There's loads of little bits and bobs that you can pick at all day long. I don't think it was one factor that led us to get relegated, but as a whole, we weren't good enough. Simple as that.
You seem a loyal kind of guy. You really like it here, by the looks of it. Feel settled, happy?
Yeah, definitely. I'm settled. Outside of football, I'm settled. I'm happy with where I'm living, etc. And I think that plays a big part of it. If you're happy doing that, then you're going to be happy playing football, I think.
Hell of a long way to go, but how important is it not to leave it to chance and go up automatically? Because you had heartache in 2014 with QPR, didn't you?
Yeah, twice in the playoffs against Hull as well. I was at Derby. It's not a nice feeling. The playoffs, everyone knows it can be a lottery at times. It's just one-off games, especially in the final. So we know what we have to do to get promoted automatically, but if we do end up in the playoffs, we still have to do the job that way.
Is the squad good enough to get automatic? Is that the target? I think Vladimir Ivic has said that. Andre Gray said we should be champions. Do you concur with that?
Yeah, 100%. You look at the squad, and it's really, really strong for this league. But as I said before, you don't go up based on that. You have to perform on the pitch at the end of the day, and you have to get results. So that's what we're going to have to do to get promoted. How
do you assess the start we've made?
I think the points-wise, we're in a good position, but I think the performances can be better. I don't like judging when I'm not playing, not being part of it, because it's a different feel when you're on the pitch. But the quality of the boys I think we can do better. But I think it's a good thing that we're in this position and knowing we have a lot more quality to come.
Even you must be delighted with your form last season.
Yeah, personally, I did enjoy it. It's weird to say, although we got relegated, but I was enjoying my football. It's just frustrating the way it ended. But we have to take that on the chin and bounce back this season.
You got that angelic look about you, and like butter wouldn't melt in your mouth, but there's that will to win inside you, so you can see it glint in your eye there. How much do you dislike losing, and how much of a winner are you? How much do you care? I'm
very competitive. I think everyone in this team is, and you have to be like that if you want to win, especially in training. Train how you play, and it'll follow up in games. So I think it's the best way to be.
Tackling, is it a dying art? And wouldn't have associated you with that game years ago, no. But you're almost a tough tackling midfielder now, aren't you? Have you had to reinvent yourself?
Yeah, element of that. I think when I broke through, I was more of a flair player. But when I came here, I had to do other parts of the game, which was going to see me get in the team. So I've adapted to that, and I quite enjoy it now. And I think being in the Championship, you'll get away with it more, which I'm looking forward to.
Are you kind of just happy just whiling away the days walking the dogs? You're patron of Just for Dogs is something that means a lot to you?
Yeah, that's not all I do, but I love going out for walks with the dog. It's quite therapeutic. You know, being a footballer, you finish quite early on in the day, and it can be quite mentally draining in a weird way when you haven't got much to do outside of football. So I like to keep myself busy doing various things.
That charity mean a lot to you?
Yeah, I'm involved with a dog charity back in Derby. As I say, I've got a big soft spot for dogs, and if I can help that and help them in any way, it's a great feeling for me.
Click here for more videos.